record enterprise rang the opening bell here at the stock exchange today as it gets ready to kick off its securities analyst meeting, laying out its strategic business priorities. Well, joining me here on the trading floor to talk more about those priorities is HPE's CFO, Marie Myers. Marie, welcome. Great to have you here at the stock exchange.
Thank you. It's great to be here today.
It's wonderful to have you. And let's talk about the takeaways that analysts can leave today's securities meeting with. What are they?
Sure. Look, we just completed the acquisition of Juniper, which was an incredibly transformative transaction for our company. And today, frankly, we covered the enormous financial unlock that has come together from the two companies. So enormous earnings growth and also cash flow. So a very exciting day and a lot ahead of us, a lot of opportunity.
I'm excited to dig a bit deeper into that opportunity that's ahead. High growth, high margin networking does seem to be at the core of your strategy. What can viewers expect in networking over these next few years?
Look, I think the big change for us is we're really positioning ourselves as an AI-led networking company. And frankly, an industry leader. And what we outlined, you heard Rami and Antonio walk through just how AI is going to transform us into that powerhouse of networking. Not just networking, we've also got a server business that is also just seeing tremendous revenue growth. And then also we covered just how we're using AI in the company. And actually as a CFO, we're driving a lot of initiatives in my own organization, really using Gen AI to transform finance, in fact.
AI does seem to be the buzzword, certainly this year. What key market trends like AI is HPE leaning into here in the year ahead?
I think it's pretty simple right now. It's all about AI. I know everywhere you go, you're hearing about it, you're seeing about it, but honestly, it's real. We're seeing tremendous explosion in the data center. And that was, I think, one of the bigger unlocks of the whole power of the two companies coming together, because we now have a portfolio that covers everything from sort of the enterprise, campus, and branch. And now we're able to really take a very strong position in the data center with AI networking. So super excited about where we're going.
In regards to long-term guidance, what can you share about the key drivers for HPE ahead?
I think what folks hopefully take away from this is that we are creating really enormous earnings power. So you're seeing not only revenue growth, but it's going right through to the bottom line and then through to cash flow. And I think this is really indicative of the type of company we're going to be going forward. So there's a lot for investors to look at right now.
Look, I'm excited also to talk about what the company is going to become, because this year is a very big milestone for HPE, celebrating its 10-year anniversary. How has the company evolved over this past decade?
Actually, I was part of the original split team. So for me, it's a really emotional moment. I was involved in setting, both of the companies up 10 years ago. We're actually having our celebration party in just a couple of weeks. Fundamentally, the company just looks so different. And I must say, as I look forward to the next 10 years, I think we've got a very exciting chapter ahead of us. So very different, but a great path, and one that I think will take us a long ways into the next 10, 20, 30 years.
More specifically, what does the decade ahead look like for HPE?
I think we've talked a lot about it. I think AI is going to be, the masthead for us for the next 10 years. It's going to be certainly a big part of our portfolio.
Well, in July, HPE completed its $14 billion acquisition of Juniper Networks. How will that change HPE's position in the networking space?
Well, if you think about it, both companies they had selective markets that they played in. Now, these two companies coming together is really giving a platform for us to become an industry leader in networking. And so that's really the big unlock here.
What have you seen unlocked already when it comes to integrating Juniper into HPE?
What was really interesting was actually starting with the people and the culture. The two companies have a lot in common in terms of just how we get things done, the approach that people take. As you move into the business, what we've seen is now we've got a strong portfolio. Both companies operated in specific markets, but now we have the breadth and the stack to really compete.
Yeah, well, I'm curious, anything more that you'd like to share about HPE as it celebrates 10 years, its Juniper acquisition as well, and of course, the securities analyst meeting here at the NYSE?
Yeah, look, I'm super excited as the CFO. I think this next 10 years is going to be truly transformational. I enjoyed everything we did in the last 10, but I think the next 10 is going to be really a great opportunity. So thank you very much for being here today.
All right, Marie Myers, Chief Financial Officer of Hewlett Packard Enterprise, or HPE for short. Marie, thanks again.
Thank you very much.